Hey everyone, welcome back to another Behind the Beat tutorial. Today we're going to be looking at my latest track, Abandoned Block. I'm going to show you start to finish my whole process, my whole thought process, all the effects I use, software. I'm going to give you everything. Hope this helps you. I know it's going to help you actually. Let's get straight into it. Alright, so here I've opened up the project. This is pre-mix, pre-effects. I've only got effects on the essential main melodic instruments. So basically just the pianos. But here I've got a piano and this is what it sounds like. Just the piano roll. So how I recorded this was I had my MIDI keyboard and I recorded this part first. Then I recorded the bass notes. Then chucked in some sort of low melodies, and then I did a high melody. So I laid it all together, and what I did, so I'll turn all these effects off. So I used a contact instrument. I used the giant piano. Here are the settings for that. Then I put halftime on. And I'm only half-timing this top frequencies, but only a 50% mix. So this is without it, then this is with it. So it's basically getting these notes and half-timing them, but leaving the bass notes, because otherwise it goes way too low. Then I put on some reverb, Rayum, put on some tap delay, put on some more verb, silver verb, and isotope vinyl, just to take out, I just tweaked this year component here. This is really good. It sort of just takes out some of the bass, sort of gives it a hollower sound, and that makes heaps of room for the 808 to come in. And with the piano, I layer a choir sample. So I got this sample on Splice, that's what it sounds like. Keep in mind, there's no effects on any of this yet. And then layered. It just sort of gives it an eerie vibe, just the choir and layering it. And then you've got a gunshot here. And the chorus. So I got gunshot, I got a siren, Kill Bill siren, just sampled that one, found that online. Then a kick, sampled a kick, snare, hi-hats. I got a tutorial coming out to show you how I did the hi-hats and the panning techniques. So keep an eye out for that tutorial, turn notifications on, you don't want to miss it, it's going to be a good one. Percussion, then I got some bells. What I did with this bell is, that was the original sample. Then I just got it, duplicated it, and took it down 5 semitones. So just pitched it down, and then when you layer it, it just gives it a thicker bell sound. And the 808 was a tough one. So this is a sample from Splice, but this is what the sample sounds like. That's it. Really short sample. And so I'm also going to be bringing out a tutorial on how I turned it into a bass that I can pretty much do whatever I want with. Play at whatever pitch for as long as I want and get all the glides and everything. So keep an eye out for that tutorial. That's going to be a really good one. So this is the 808. And I laid that with a kick. But the kick gets very washed out, as you can hear, especially here. it just doesn't thump at all because the 808 just washes it right out. It's in the mixing phase. I fixed that up. I'll show you guys how I did that. And over here, what I did was I reversed the piano. So I got, I bounced this, got the sound waves. I cut it up into the 4 like sections, 4 chord progressions, like that. So every chord change, so like that, and then I reversed that sound wave, so that the chord progression is the same, so the 808 still works with it. And I just did little fades in and out, just so it doesn't get any like clicking noise. And this is what it sounds like. It sounds pretty sick, to be honest. And I basically, like, when I produce, I try and like spit it all out in this phase. Like, don't worry about effects. I get the main melodic instrument, put all the effects on that so I can like hear it how I want to hear it. But all the drums, percussion, like whatever, I just leave it because I can do that in the mixing phase. And I just want to get my ideas out, get my thoughts out. And the next stage was mixing. So let's open up this. Here we go. And this one, this is how it sounds. Mixed and master, sorry, not mastered, just mixed. As you can hear, all the levels are perfect. Heaps better. I put reverb, compression, EQ, cleans up the whole thing, done some panning. So let's look at what I did with the 808 and kick. So this was a very big problem because it was getting washed out. And what I did was, I'll just take all of these off. So this is what it sounds like. So it just got washed out a lot. So I put, as you can see here, I've got parallel compression, which is where I have a compressor here, and I just bust that out and determine how much compression I want on the kick. So without compression, with, it gives it a more punchy feel. Then I did some EQing with both of them. So this is how I did the EQing. When you EQ, you want everything to fit together like a puzzle. So essentially, this is where the 808 sort of hits. So I boosted that a little, but I took that frequency out of the kick. I like this tone at this frequency in the kick, so I took that out of the bass. And essentially it allows it to like not compete as much. And that's what this sounds like now. Fits in a lot better. But it was still washing it out a little, so I put a side chain on the 808. So every time the kick hits, the 808 drops a bit in volume. And this is what the side chain looks like, pretty standard. I just got the side chain to the kick. And now this is what it sounds like. The kick does not get affected, the kick does not get washed out. And mixing is very important. Like, it's probably the most important stage of a beat, because if you have a great beat but the mix is hopeless, it's going to sound bad. So yeah, I just added reverb. As you see, I've bussed reverb to bus 6. Put a lot of reverb in, a lot of EQing, just EQing out the frequencies that aren't being played to stop sonic frequencies interfering. And that's the mixing phase. This is what it sounds like now. Put some delay on the gunshots and the siren. Put some reverb and delay. And I don't use risers at all in this beat, except for going into the bridge. So it's like the risers comes in as like announcing that something's going to happen, something's going to change. And then the last riser is like, okay, now we're going to resolve it. So this is what it sounds like with the risers. And then finishes like so. And it just takes you back to where you want to be. And how I finished the beat was just like fading it out. So I've got the fade tool, faded it like so, but then also automation. I've also taken it down so it's sort of, they both work together. This is what it sounds like. And then we're on to the mastering phase. So let's open up that. Yep, close it. Sweet. And this is the mastering phase. So mastering, you're just basically enhancing the mix by EQing where is necessary. Oh, I might have turned that off. Okay, well, I'll leave that off. Maximizing, like, actually I turned that on. So you're compressing, basically making it as loud as you can without affecting, without distortion. So here, Ozone Elements is great. I literally click the Master Assistant, streaming, medium, play the loudest part of my track, and it automates a lot of the mastering for me. So I'm not a mastering technician, I'm quite new to mastering, but I know enough to go through and just tweak what I want, make it sound how I want it to sound, and then I mastered it. So this is without the mastering. And also mastering makes it feel more glued together. That's a good way of putting it. So pre-master, just turn it down a bit. And this is after being mastered. Makes it a lot louder, makes it feel glued together, takes the highs in the like volume and lows, sort of brings them in. And that's how I made the beat, start to finish, how I made my new beat. So hope you guys enjoyed it. I'll be doing a lot more of these. I'm going to make it a series of behind the beat, so keep on watching them. It's going to help you in your beat making a lot, and I know that for a fact. So stay keen, hit that subscribe button, turn on notifications so you don't miss when I release more tutorials, and I'll see you guys in the next video.